All right, let's get right into it. It looks like OpenAI and Google are gearing up for another massive head-to-head. But you know what? This time feels different. We're talking about a major clash with two potentially game-changing AI models, both of which have been leaked and seem set to launch almost at the same time.
And hey, that's not just me saying it. People with inside knowledge are literally calling this a full-on showdown. So this isn't just your average product update. This is a high-stakes battle that could really set the direction for the future of AI.
So yeah, this is absolutely shaping up to be AI's next great duel. Both of these tech titans are about to lay their cards on the table, and thanks to some pretty significant leaks, we have a surprisingly clear picture of what's coming.
When you boil it all down, this fight really comes down to two totally different philosophies. On one side, you've got OpenAI, and they are betting everything on cognitive depth and reasoning, making AI smarter. And on the other side, you've got Google focusing on massive scale and a whole creative ecosystem. Two very different roads leading to the same destination.
Okay, so first, let's dig into OpenAI's new contender. The first hints of this thing were spotted buried deep inside the ChatGPT backend, and honestly, it points to a really fascinating shift in their whole strategy.
So developers digging through the code found these references to a model called GPT-5.1 Thinking. And that name, that's a huge clue right there. This isn't just about being faster or having more data. That little word, thinking, suggests a brand new approach, one that's all about processing really complex tasks with, well, more thought.
And the engine behind this is something called multi-step reasoning. So what does that mean? Well, instead of just instantly spitting out an answer, the AI actually deconstructs a tough problem into smaller, more logical pieces. It kind of mimics how a person would think through the steps before giving you that final, well-thought-out answer.
And here's a look at how it seems to work. First, it breaks down your prompt. Then, and this is the cool part, it allocates what's being called a thinking budget. Basically, it dedicates more computer power to the harder parts of a question. After that, it tackles the subproblems it created and then puts it all back together into one coherent answer. So the whole point isn't just to be faster, it's to be more thoughtful.
Now, the evidence for this has been trickling out for a little while. It all started with this mysterious model called Polaris Alpha that just appeared and started outperforming everything. Then, actual references to GPT-5.1 popped up in enterprise logs, even pointing to a possible rollout for big customers around November 24th. The breadcrumbs are all there.
Okay, now let's switch gears and look at Google's side of the fight. Their big countermove isn't just a single model, no. They're coming out with a whole ecosystem that's designed to handle text, images, and developer tools all at once. The absolute headline feature for their new Gemini 3 Pro is a 1 million token context window. Now, to put that into perspective, that is huge. It means the AI can process entire books, massive code bases, you name it, all in a single go. For research, for analysis, the possibilities there are just enormous.
And while that huge context window is seriously impressive, the thing that really jumped out from the leaks is something called Nano Banana 2. I mean, the original was this wild success that brought something like 10 million new users to the Gemini app. The sequel looks like it's aiming to be a full-on professional creative tool.
And the upgrades are pretty significant. We're talking native 2K renders, render times under 10 seconds, and some really crucial fixes to those common frustrations we all have with AI images. Two of the biggest ones, perfectly legible text and subject consistency, so your character doesn't magically change from one picture to the next.
Come on, we've all seen it, right? The bizarre, alien-looking text that AI image generators spit out. Well, Nano Banana 2 is apparently going to fix that completely, delivering crisp, perfect typography. If you're someone who makes posters, ads, or any kind of mock-up, this is an absolute game changer.
And here's the kicker. This isn't just some standalone toy. It's built on the exact same powerful, multimodal architecture as Gemini 3 Pro. This means it can just seamlessly blend text, images, and computer vision all into one powerful, unified system.
So, with these two very different strategies on the table, what does this whole battle really mean for the future of AI, and maybe more importantly, for the people who are actually building things with it?
Let's just sum it all up real quick. You have OpenAI, and they are chasing cognitive depth with this new multi-step reasoning. Then you have Google chasing massive scale with a huge token window and a suite of powerful creative tools. It's a classic battle, really, depth versus breadth.
And as part of that big ecosystem play, Google's not forgetting about the developers. They're reportedly rolling out something called an Agent Development Kit, or ADK Go. It's basically a toolkit designed to make building AI agents feel a lot more like regular software engineering, with things like proper version control and debugging. They're trying to win the hearts and minds of the builders.
And that brings us to the big, final question, doesn't it? Will OpenAI's sophisticated reasoning ultimately outsmart Google's raw scale? Or will a powerful, easy-to-use creative ecosystem be the thing that wins over the masses? It's a fascinating question, and it looks like we're going to find out the answer very, very soon.